Welcome to the 100 Photos channel. We are glad to see you again and wish you a pleasant viewing of our new video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and you will also help achieve my dream of 100,000 subscribers.
The New York Central Railroad streamliner Mercury passes through Syracuse City Hall, 1936. Log trucks in North Bend, Washington, 1943. Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman, in the 70s. Italian actress Claudia Cardinali, 1960s. Jane Mansfield photographed strolling in New York City with her daughter, Jane Marie, in 1953. Gas-driven taxis in a street in Birmingham, Great Britain, 1940. The gas bags on the roofs of the taxis last about 15 to 20 miles, without a refill. Driver of combine threshing oats, 1940. Fifth Avenue, New York City, 1903. Chicago, 1895. New York, 1935. The Flatiron, Madison Square, New York, 1916. The Promenade, Williamsburg Bridge, New York, USA, c. 1900s. Pike and Henry Streets, Manhattan. London, in 1965. Street scene on Fifth Avenue, 1929. Little Italy in New York, 1900s. New York, 1945. Newsboys at Greeley Square, New York, 1903. On the Salone in Coney Island, 1959. New York City taxi cab 1905. (42nd Street, New York City, 1918). Amazing photo of a family in 1908. New York, 1947. Brooklyn Bridge in 1905. The most Coney Island picture of all time. An American family leaves Florida for the North during the Great Depression. (1910N) y Central Park, 5th Avenida y 59th Street. Fifth Avenue and 59th Street, New York City, 1897. Taken in 1924, some friends enjoy riding in this new car, which could travel at mammoth speeds of up to 25 miles per hour. The Crosley Radio Corporation's 1937 tube WLW model superpower radio receiver. Man lifting weights in front of an audience, Mongolia, 1956. Portuguese women from the Azores Islands in their tradition, hooded capes. Victorian lady with the hair down, 1890 South. A U.S. soldier shares a chocolate bar with a local Japanese lady, 1946. A family arrives at Ellis Island to start a new life in America, 1910. Model Vicky the Backdaugen walks the street, 1950 South. One of the world's first gym machines, designed by Dr. Gustav Zander, Stockholm, 1892. That hair is a choice. Not sure how he maintained that without using hairspray. Texas, circa 1900. Nan Wood Graham and Dr. Byron McKeeby, pictured in 1942. recreating their original poses for the iconic American Gothic. She was the painter's sister, and he was their dentist. Nose shaping tool, 1944. According to The Atlantic, a nose shaping appliance was used to permanently adjust the structure of the wearer's nose. These photos shows the 16-year-old German soldier Hans-Georg Henke, after he was captured by the U.S. 9th Army on April 3, 1945. People walking across the frozen Mississippi River from East St. Louis to St. Louis on February 12, 1936. Albert Einstein plays his beloved violin, 1941. Kennewan, an Inuit woman wearing jewelry, Nunavak Island, Alaska, the 28th of February, 1929. The Statue of Liberty's arm and head under construction, in Bartholdi's workshop, Paris, 1878. A lady shows her hi-fi tube record player, 1952. Old-school lumberjacks who fell giant trees using hand-powered saws, 1889. Michelin Tire Man in 1926. A French woman pouring cider for a British Bren gunner in Lisieux, France, August 1944. The smallest shop in London, a shoe salesman with a 1.2 square meter shoe store, 1900. That's approximately 3 foot by 4 foot. Future fashion designed by Gilbert Rode and photographed by Anton Bruhl for Vogue, February 1939. Pinball machines were destroyed during the pinball prohibition. They were banned in NYC and other major U.S. cities, like Chicago and Los Angeles between the 1940s and 1970s. Nifa grinders in France, circa 1900. They worked lying down to how babies traveled on airplanes in the 1960s. First graders in a New York classroom watching The Science Corner, 1957. This was the winner of the Miss Atomic Poe pageant, 1950. Full service. Everything from a window cleaning to a new transmission. 1930 South. A woman removing a loaf of bread from an oven made by the Bourne Range Co., 1909. Hotel Astor, New York City, 1909. The building was raised in 1967 to make way for the high-rise office tower, 1 Astor Plaza. Test driving a BMW Isetta, a mini car from 1955. Two men participating in a motorcycle chariots race, 1925. The Zeppelin era peaked with Hindenburg. A mechanic checks an engine during a 1936 flight. A Great Depression Christmas dinner in home of Earl Pauley, near Smithfield, Iowa, 1936. The dinner consisted of potatoes, cabbage, and pie. Gold miners near Spanish Flat, California, 1852. Charging an electric car in the garage, 1911. Empire State Building construction workers in the 1930s. A horse-drawn cart passing through a section cut out of the base of a giant sequoia tree. California, 1879. A family going on the summer holiday in a Fiat 500, Italy, 1967. Changing a flat tire on a Model T coupe, 1927. A barge maneuvering under the Michigan Avenue Bridge, 1953. A cable worker during the construction of the Empire State Building. Father and daughter riding penny farthings together, England, mid-1900s. A scene of a prisoner escaping, United States, 1913. Behind-the-scenes photos from the making of the first Godzilla movie, 1954. An Empire State Builder hanging on a crane above New York City, 1930. Amazing photo of a family in 1908. Looks like the little boy has a rifle. Elizabeth L. Gardner, WASP pilot during World War II, Harlingen Army Airfield, Texas. A one-room schoolhouse, 1923. Ancient beehives in the abandoned village of Al-Karfi, located in the Mazan Governorate south of Taif, Saudi Arabia. A bus conductress at work on the top deck of an open-top bus in the snow during World War L. Drying the pasta, Italy, 1929. Control room for a German submarine, 1918. An actual photo of Theodore Roosevelt and John Muir at Yosemite, 1903. Farmers in front of the post office on Saturday afternoon, Linwood, July, 1940. Camping in the early 20th century. A couple gets into their BMW Isetta through the front door. 1950s. An old Italian woman shows her gratitude to one of the American soldiers following the liberation of Italy. 1945. A trolley in snow in Monroe County, New York. 1900s. Children playing in a Manchester Street, England, 1943. A Sami woman, toddler, and infant in Lapland, Finland, 1917. Six-year-old Jewel Walker picks 20 to 25 pounds of cotton a day, 1916. A man and a woman riding on cycling machines in the first-class gym on board RMS Titanic, Key A1911. A canal being drained and cleaned in Venice, Italy, 1956. Photo by Bill Perlmutter. A horse-drawn tram on 23rd Street and 4th Avenue in New York City in 1884. Driving school in 1953. A construction worker takes a break from building the Chrysler Building, New York, 1930. A New York construction worker walks along a girder high above the city streets, circa 1950. Bellevue Hospital ambulance. This photo is from 1895 in New York. 1890s, Chicago, State and Washington. (1925) Snow removal with a Ford tractor, Washington, D.C. A New York City police officer poses hanging in Times Square, 1920. Daily life in the streets of New York City, 1903. Aerial view of the World Trade Center and East River in New York City, taken on March 16, 1971. Evolution of Times Square, NYC. "100 years old, New York City." Fashion show on board the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad's Show Train, 1949.